Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 Ford Expedition Platinum 4-wheel drive. It's finished off in Star White Metallic, and these have a starting MSRP right around $82,000. So we have a lot to go over for this 7-seater full-size family SUV. Underneath the hood, this is powered by the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 that is paired to the 10-speed automatic transmission, and this pumps out 380 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, primarily sent to the rear wheels. However, this does have the 4-wheel drive system, of course. It weighs in right around 5,600 pounds. 0 to 60 is 5.7 seconds. Top speed is 113. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 16 in the city and 21 out on the highway. Now, if you get the 2-wheel drive version, those numbers are going to be significantly better. But if you need that 4-wheel drive system, that's what you are going to get with this very large SUV. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, what I really like is the integration with these two bars leading to the headlight housings. It brings them together very nicely, so you really hardly can even tell that the headlight housings are there. They're all LED, of course, even for the DRL, which has a massive C-shaped design. Turn signal is very small right in the middle, but it has a great design to it. Ford badge is right in the center with the forward-facing camera. There's plenty of cutouts up front too, and then even fog lights tucked away nicely with some chrome trim surrounding them. More brush trim in the lower section with all the parking sensors. There are 2 chrome tow hooks and then some nice lines that come down the hood. So this is a massive SUV, but everything is very proportional, so it gives it a great front end look. Now for this Platinum, it has a set of 22-inch wheels with the 6-spoke design to them. This has some more brushed accents for the power folding side mirrors with the turn signal, camera, even a spotlight underneath. Platinum badge is in the lower section, and then there's really nice lines that run down the side. Now this is not the max trim level, so it looks a little bit more proportional, but if you need that extra space, you can go up to the max version. We even have the roof racks too, and then in back, body colored spoiler with the brake light, wiper blade, power lift gate with the chrome running right through the middle. There's the backup camera, all the sensors, even LED taillights. This can even tow 9,200 pounds. Very respectable for this engine and what it's capable of. Now you can also remote start this. Very quick process. You can remote unstart it if you need to. Now there is one button here, double tapping it for the power lift gate. However, you can open up the glass independently. There's no button on the key fob. Simply just push on this button down below, and for those smaller items, you can quickly gain access into the back, which is very nice. I love when vehicles have that. It gives you a lot more usability, so that way you don't have to do this every single time. Now, with the 3rd row up, there's a good bit of space still to place some items. There's even some space underneath. Tire changing kit, all those tools are on this side, and you have a small bin for some other items. Now the 3rd row is automatic, so simply push on one button. You can do them individually if you just need one down and one up, but with them down, that gives you a lot more space. So if you don't have that 3rd row or those 3rd row passengers, you can fit in a lot more items and then easily put them back up. Now the 2nd row does fold down, but they are manual to go back up. So if you're in a pinch and you need to fold them down from the back, you can, and then you just have to go walk around and put them back up. From there, we can use the button up top and that lift gate will close. Now, looking at the door panel now, has some brownish orange stitching with all of the leather, Bang & Olufsen sound system, 2 different storage levels there for any items that you need. There's the release handle and a little bit of storage just in front of that. Now, as you can tell, this didn't go all the way down, but with it flat, that gives you a lot more versatility. Now, it's very easy to get into the 3rd row. Just push that seat forwards, and at 5'10", it is time to sit back here. Now, in the full detailed review, you get the POV angle looking at me, but honestly, I could ride back here, be very comfortable. Plenty of room in the middle since there's no seat there. Still even room behind the seats. We have cup holders, storage, even some USBs And these seats even recline too. So you have those controls to give you that much more comfort. It is very nice to be in the back. And then we have a little bit of a cubby there, not really useful, but plenty of glass too. So it's very open for those third row passengers. You don't feel claustrophobic at all. We have that power running board like I mentioned earlier and the grab handle, so it's an easy walk into the back seats. We have some storage pockets. These are even heated, all the climate adjustments, even some volume and media controls, along with some auxiliaries. And with the captain's chairs, we get the armrests. They recline, of course. It's a nice place to be. Very comfortable to be in the second row. So if you can get dibs on the second row, a little bit more comfortable, of course. Driver door panel has memory seating adjustments, all the power mirror controls, window controls, a lot more storage space in that lower section. And then Platinum is right in the middle. We have more of that orange stitching and all the leather, of course, all the automatic adjustments. And let's fire this up to go through all the tech features that are available for this Expedition. Solid leather for the steering wheel. Left side, cruise and adaptive cruise control settings, along with the lane keeping assist. There's also volume and Bluetooth. And then on the right side, all of these are for the gauge cluster, and then there's tuning and another Bluetooth control. So with the digital gauge cluster, left side is the tach and what gear you're in, right side is miles per hour, and up top there's some fixed information like fuel level, engine and oil temperature, and then underneath that you can use all of these to further go through this information. So currently we are in My View, which is configurable. And currently you can see fuel along with trip. And then if you configure this, those are the only two that are currently selected. So you can select and unselect what you would like to see pop up on this shortcut screen. Now, if I go back to the main menu, you can look at some more of this information individually. So the trip and fuel again, there's vehicle information, towing, even the navigation, your phone audio, and then a few settings to go into. So it's a decent amount of info that you can easily scroll through right in the gauge cluster. Now on the left side, we have a foot pedal adjustment, so you can bring them forwards or back, along with the e-brake. There's the spotlights for the side view mirrors, along with dimmer switches, headlight and fog light adjustments. You can even fold down the headrest in the third row if you need some more visibility, and then open up that power lift gate. And then right in the middle, massive vertical infotainment system. Let's start by pushing on the Expedition icon. You'll pull up valet mode, parallel parking, even the zone lighting, which will make all of the exterior lights light up. So at nighttime, you basically have the sun with you, which is nice. There's a towing tab, and then even the 360 camera system. So currently we are looking at the forward-facing camera. There are a few different angles to pull up. You can also get to the rear-facing camera if you'd like to. Now, if I put this into reverse, just by twisting on that dial, now we have these same views just for the rear. There's even a trailering one that you can adjust with the side view mirrors. So you have plenty of visibility for going around corners, which is really, really nice to see. And then park is back to that right side. Now in the middle, these are shortcuts basically to all of the apps that you can go into, along with all of the entertainment. So for your kids or for yourself, you can play some of these games and then quickly get through all of this information. Now currently the navigation is in the upper section. You can configure what you would like to have in this lower section here, so you can easily pull up that info. So I just went to the phone. If you had that paired, you can go through all of that. You can quickly get back to the nav. And then underneath that, we have all of the adjustments for your climate. So the fan speed, as you just saw, temperature is really easy to go through. Same with the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and then volume is right in the middle, along with power. You even have some rear adjustments and some defrosters. Now underneath that, there's the engine start stop, hazards, traction control, and then your max AC. This also has the Pro Trailer system. So if you've never backed up before, or you just need some help, that will guide you. There's the trailer braking. We have some wood trim that covers the wireless charging pad, and then some more auxiliaries. There's storage on both sides if you need to use that. Even 2 cup holders on that passenger side. This is the dial, of course, for the transmission, so you can go through all of your gears, even the manual setting. This does have a rear locker, and then all the drive modes for your 4 high, 4 low, even a 4 automatic. And then there are numerous drive modes, just depending on what you are doing for the day. So you can quickly get into them. The graphics change very quickly too. So that is nice to see. Downhill assist control, shortcut to the parallel parking, and then plenty of space is in the center armrest there. There's also two cup holders. There's also 2 glove boxes. We have the smaller one up top, and then a little bit more room down below. We have a few items in there at the moment, and then a 12 volt is also over there. And then massive amount of glass, so it's very easy to see in all directions. So let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And let's put it into the manual setting. So now we can use plus and minus, which is located down below. No paddle shifters for this. Here we go. Surprisingly impressive for just pushing buttons down below. Can quickly put it back into drive. Now you're mainly going to do that if you're towing or if you happen to be off the pavement and you need to hold a gear. But honestly, that was impressive to not have paddles to do it down there. You're really not doing that often, which is why they are not on the back of the steering wheel. Now I will say, with this 10-speed automatic transmission, I've been in several Ford models that have had the 10-speed, from this Expedition to some of the Mustangs to some of the pickup trucks. It depends on the car that I've seen, how the transmission reacts. So far it seems very smooth in the Expedition. Something like a sports car like the Mustang, I really don't see it being as beneficial, because depending on the level of gas you give it, you know, it can jump very quickly. And this, kind of more laid back in a sense. You're not racing this. Like this and some of the Ford trucks, pickup trucks, I don't have any issues with the 10-speed. I think it's a good transmission to go with. Kind of gives you a little bit better MPG as far as having 10 gears to play with to keep the RPM in a low range. So just to touch on that briefly, I think it is a fine transmission for this type of vehicle. Now, driving this $80,000 Ford Expedition, it's definitely nice. You are the king of the road. This is a big vehicle, so even looking at a truck like that, you sit very high up, which of course just comes with the size of this SUV. Super easy to drive too. Even for the size, it doesn't feel like a massive vehicle, and you have that camera system like I showed earlier. So this is something that if you truly need it, you'll get used to, where you can park, where you can fit, things like that. And obviously you would get used to it the more that you drive it. But it's a super nice $80,000 vehicle, platinum trim level, so you get a lot of extra goodies. But I think that is going to wrap it up for this walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of the 2023 Ford Expedition Platinum 4-wheel drive. Once again, a huge shout out to Randy, Mary, and GMC for providing this vehicle for me today. Their link to the website is down in the description below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.